Another high-profile ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court, this one involving immigration. Good afternoon. Welcome to The Four. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. Today, the High Court gave President Biden the green light to end the Remain in Mexico policy put in place by the Trump administration, rejecting arguments by Republican-led states who wanted to keep it in place.
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal live in Balboa Park, where immigration advocacy groups are set to gather there tonight. Kelly.
That's right, and they're expected to gather here in about an hour at Balboa Park. They'll be recognizing the thousands of migrants affected by the Remain in Mexico policy and also calling on the Biden administration to end it. Now, we did talk to some migrants who are in Tijuana right now, staying at one of the migrant camps there. Here's what a woman named Emily told us.
Pues para mí es una muy buena oportunidad porque ya podíamos estar con nuestros familiares y pues pienso que sería como más rápido el proceso, ¿no?
And Emily is from Guatemala. She's been living at a migrant camp in Tijuana for almost a year. She told us she left Guatemala because of the danger and threats to her family. She says news of the High Court's decision today gives her hope. She called it a great opportunity. She believes she can now meet with her family in the U.S. and that the process of claiming asylum will move more quickly. Now, it's unclear if that will happen, but the justice's ruling today does mean that President Biden can end the Remain in Mexico policy and that people who are part of that program can claim asylum in the U.S. and wait in the U.S. while their case makes it through the court system. Now, I spoke to Pedro Rios, director of the American Friends Service Committee, who applauded the High Court's ruling. However, he also told me this.
I haven't seen yet how the Biden administration will respond to this and whether they will place mechanisms to move forward about how to ensure those individuals are processed expeditiously.
And the White House has not laid out any of those plans yet. Rios will be here at tonight's gathering. Again, it starts at 5 o'clock here at Balboa Park at the Fountain. We'll be hearing from several speakers. They're also going to be honoring the more than 50 migrants who passed away recently in that semi-trailer in Texas. Heather and Carlo.
Kelly, so this was about Remain in Mexico, that specific policy. There's still Title 42 out there. That was the Trump-era COVID policy that's still in place to turn people away at the border. Does this ruling impact that?
And it does not. The ruling does not have any impact on Title 42, and that's kind of what's confusing at this point because some experts say that as long as Title 42 remains in place, that it's going to be difficult for migrants to cross into the U.S. and claim asylum here, regardless of whether or not President Biden ends the Remain in Mexico policy at all.
Kelly Hessedal reporting live from Balboa Park. Kelly, thanks.